If you stopped working for a month, would your business still pay you the same way in the same amount? Most business owners don't actually test this question. They think just because money's coming in and the business keeps running, that everything is okay. But when the income of the business and your effort are tied so tightly together, it can create a false sense of stability. And this is where most businesses quietly stall. I'm Abby Johnson. I'm a certified profit first professional. I've been working with businesses in over 50 different industries over 6 years, and I have seen a lot. So today I want to talk to you about why this happens. Why do businesses stall? Why do they feel secure when money is coming in, but they don't actually know where the money is going? They can't actually leave and take a vacation. Let's talk about how to solve this. A lot of times business owners are looking at that top line revenue number, and that is how they are measuring their success in business. The money's coming in, it's going out, clients are getting delivered to, things look good. Yay, I have a $3 million business, a $1 million business, whatever it may be. But as we know, top line revenue is not everything, and only focusing on this vanity metric leads business owners to burnout. On the outside, they look successful, but what's really happening is they're sacrificing and paying with something else besides money. They're paying with their own time, their own effort, their own energy. So even though the business looks profitable on paper, and maybe you've got some cash in the bank, you are still at the center of it all, and you may feel broke in time. We started business not only to have financial freedom, but time freedom. The business may not look broken on the outside, but it's because you are holding it together. This is not sustainable. This is not sellable if that's what you're looking for. This is complete dependency on you, and this is going to break you eventually, but it's also going to break your business eventually. You will hit a ceiling, and you will be capped at growth if everything has to run through you. Now, we've all heard this term of working on the business and not in the business, but what does that actually mean? I want to talk about that here. The first place I want you to start is our 4 pillars of business basics. Every business, no matter the industry, has these 4 pillars. Believe me, I have found a way. Even if you think your business is special, unique, some unicorn, you have these pillars. So every business needs to sell their service or product, then they need to deliver what was sold, and then they need to find more new customers to sell and deliver to. So this is a constant cycle happening, right? This is the engine of the business, and what holds the engine together is management. So this is the actual CEO level things like future planning and vision and core values, all of that stuff. But this is also things like HR, finance, legal, etc. Now, what ends up happening is most owners are stuck down here somewhere. They can't get out of this engine. They need to be in the driver's seat up here, not in the engine. It's the wrong part of the car, right? So what I want you to do is look at which parts of these pillars are you still stuck in? Are you still in delivery? Are you still in sales? Are you still in marketing? And you need to start peeling these off of you. And you're probably saying, Abby, well, duh, of course, like everyone knows that. I know I'm doing too much, but you just need to start in one place. Start by listing all of the tasks you do throughout the week and start labeling them for these different pillars: sales, delivery, marketing, sales, marketing. Start seeing where your time is spent, where you can actually offload things, and then you have to force yourself to do it. Because I know you have to do it, but there is a reason you aren't. It's probably through fear that someone can't do it as well as you, or whatever it may be, but you're gonna have to get over yourself and take action, or else nothing is going to change. So pick the pillar that you're gonna offload first and slowly start doing that, or quickly if you can. I don't mind. Now, if you are key in sales or delivery in terms of you can't sell without you, or you can't deliver your product or service without you, that is a bigger issue that has to be solved as soon as possible. I usually see sales being given up last in some cases, just because if you don't make sales, your business is dead. It can be hard to hand over a $50,000 account to someone. I get that, but you need to figure out how to take what's in your mind and what's in your brain and hand it to someone else. If this feels familiar and you're realizing that your business depends on you more than it should, I want you to click the link below and book your free profit assessment with my team today. We'll help you find your top profit leaks and your top time links, and you will leave with an actionable plan that you can apply today. So click the link below and we'll see you on a call. Now, if you really want to plan for being able to exit the business, and I mean that either exiting and selling or exiting in terms of just being in the management pillar or retiring but still holding the business ownership or whatever it means to not be in the day-to-day for you, that's what I mean when I say exit. So if you really want to prepare the business to exit, you also need to have a reliable financial system in place. This needs to be a way to manage the cash flow to ensure that you, the owner, are still being paid what you should be being paid and that the business is running profitably. So when it comes to managing finances, even if you're not an accounting major, you've probably heard and been told that you should just manage everything by sales minus the expenses equals profit. You get to take what's left at the end of the month or the end of the quarter. But the flaw here is that you are not planning for profitability. The money's coming in the bank and it's leaving the bank. This is not stability. This is why you feel like some months are up and down, and some months you can make payroll easily and some months you can't. We need to have some consistency in place and also make sure you are consistently getting paid. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this formula around. This is the profit first system because we're going to do sales minus profit. We take the profit first equals expenses. Don't mind my handwriting here. But we're going to take the profit first and run the business on what's left over. Now, this doesn't mean pay yourself and not pay your bills or pay your staff. What this actually means is having a way of setting aside for profitability and ensuring the business stays profitable so you can make smart spending decisions. Okay, so the way we do this is we have 5 core bank accounts. First, you have an income account. All of your money goes into that account. Everything's deposited there. So in this example, let's say you've got 50K. Now, normally you have gotten that 50K in, probably spent 45 and had maybe 5 left over, and then went and bought something else for $4,500. Maybe not. I know most people at least have a cushion, but my point is you probably spent at least 45. You found a way. There were just magically things that were needed in the business for 45 grand. But with profit first, all the money goes in one account, the income account, 50K. Next, a percentage is put into a specific profit account. This account is for you, the owner, to get a bonus distribution at the end of each quarter, and we leave half the money in that account so a reserve is also being built up. Next, we set aside for owner's pay. This is to make sure your salary, because you are working in the business just like any other employee, your salary and your personal lifestyle is covered. Next, we all need to set aside, but we usually don't, is taxes. We want to make sure taxes are set aside for no big surprise bills at the end of the year. And then finally, money is set aside for operating expenses. Now you have to figure out how to run the business on what's left. What is in that operating expense account? So after your initial 50K, now let's say you actually only have 35K to spend. And now you think, I was going to go buy that new truck this week, or I was going to go buy the team all new computers and uniforms, or whatever it may be. And now you say, hey, after running payroll, I actually only have 5 grand left. So let me think about this. How can I do what I need to do for 5 instead of 15 grand? Or, okay, maybe we need to hold off on this purchase until next week. When you have your money set aside in these accounts, this is how you start getting in a groove of really understanding where your money is going and also stopping and making smarter, more innovative financial decisions. When you have this system in place, it makes exiting so much easier. First of all, if you're selling, it's pretty clear and easy to see what your earnings are as the owner, which is very important when you're selling. If you're trying to exit out of the day-to-day, this system helps ensure that you still get paid. Things might need to get shifted around. Percentages might change if you're hiring a CEO or GM or something, but still you're able to continue getting paid from the business with a structure like this. You can also create profit sharing plans, all kinds of great ways to reward your team in this process as well. I want to help you make a shift from evaluating your business just on that top line revenue to actually your freedom and your happiness in the business. Maybe you're at a point where profits are rolling in, revenue is rolling in, but you still aren't happy. You still are working 80 hours a week. So let's focus on that next. And these are just two of the pieces that we help people install to help make sure that they can actually exit the business when the time comes. And even if that exit is just for a vacation, finally, a lot of my clients finally get to go on vacation at the end of our program because they have gotten things off of their plate. They have freed up their time. They are working less hours. They feel like they can actually leave the business for a week or two and it's not going to break. What I talked about today is just 2 of our 5-step process to give you time freedom and financial freedom in your business. So if you're done carrying the weight of your business alone, I invite you to book one of our free profit assessments below. We'll help install our operating system in your business so you have more time, more freedom, and more of what you love to do. So click the link below, book your call, and we'll talk soon.